Welcome back to another episode of your Daily Dose. Yes, Celebration Festival has arrived. No, it is not the Arcane Generation 2 Heroes, sadly. I don't even know if they're in the index score, actually. Let me have a look. Let us go and have a peek. No. I'm like, maybe they will be in here. So they haven't been added in an update. But we'll know the minute that there's an update that it's going to have the Generation 2 for the Arcane Heroes. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit longer before we receive that. However, they have given us, as I probably predicted, another weapon. So I'd imagine the next Celebrate Festival is going to be I reckon it is going to be a hero. I don't think it'll be a beast. I think it'll be a hero. However, Divine Vest, you know the drill. Celebrate Festival, pretty stock standard. You might as well just spin it and win it for the normal pull. And unfortunately, you still get these crappy legendary shards. But you might get a mythic selection chest as well, which isn't too bad. Always buy the shards. Doesn't really matter if you can afford it or not. I would always recommend grabbing these. It can be expensive though. I mean, 45 shards for 95 gold. Well, 9k gold, sorry, not 95. It's alright. However, this could be interesting. I doubt anyone hasn't finished off any of their mythics though, but if you were trying to chase some index scores, you might be tempted to spend a little bit of gold. Just keep in mind though that the Celebrate Festival is merely for pay to win. It is merely pay to win. So I would probably recommend saving up your gold for this event, like probably not blowing it on some of these selection chests. You should be able to get quite a lot of gold soon. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Anyway, enough chit chat about that. Celebration Festival. Make sure you're doing all of your events. This one, I don't know why they decided to reset it. In 8 minutes, we can do the Caravan Guard if you want to be holistic about it. Might as well do some of these pools. Why not? We're here. I think I need some legendary weapons. Oh, we got some here. Nice, 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 nice. But I think I need weapons more than anything. I don't think I've gotten many weapons too, which kind of sucks. But that wasn't terrible. I know that we need a couple of those Sunfire blades and stuff like that. We'll just go with this. Grab those. How many short are we? Like 4 short. So let's do 4 more. Let's see what we get. 2, 3, 4. Boom. There we go. Grab those ones out. It's pretty simple. A lot of players will go, "Oh, I hate Celebration Festival." I agree. It's pretty sucky. It's mainly for pay to win. But if you do decide to spend a little bit of money, honestly, I'd say a lot of players would probably still go for the Arcane Crystal selection chest over a lot of other things. The Azure Dragon, if you can build that one, relatively speaking, for the same cost, this is a slightly better investment. The Majestic Azure Dragon kicks butt, realistically speaking. But I feel like we should talk about the Immortal Vest. So, you need 120 shards. That's kind of the kicker there. Because some of the other things you needed 100 shards for, but you need 120. So just factor that in with your costing. Because it's, again, going to cost you I think it's going to cost you about another $20 to get those additional 20 shards or thereabouts, depending on your exchange rate. But always be aware that it isn't as easy as getting the Azure Dragon or the heroes for that matter. So, Purple Sun. When receiving damage for the first time in each round, keyword each round, you gain 50 hatred and deal 1,000 physical damage to enemies with the highest attack and the adjacent enemies. So splash damage, 40% chance to inflict immortal lock that lasts 2 rounds. Any attack deals 600% magic damage to all enemies. Enemies with the highest HP receive more damage, up to 100% more. Restores 15% of max damage after each round ends. Immortal Lock basically reduces the targets by 10%. It's a debuff, okay? So it's a debuff. Just think of it like that. Now, the interesting thing is it's 1,000% damage. And that damage would be scaled off your equipped heroes' attack percentages, okay? deals 1,000% physical damage to the enemy with the highest attack. So remember, this if you stick this on, say, a Dao Chan, like the Immortal Dao Chan, I probably wouldn't stick this on Marchal. If you are running Marchal, I still think that the Sparrow is better. But this one certainly is going to go very well with Dao Chan, particularly for those that are building both Dao Chan and Marshall. This is definitely a Dao Chan equipment item. However, you could stick this on a support hero, um, or you could stick this on your second best DPS. The only reason I say that is because it does give additional hatred, and hatred is important, particularly for those that want to go twice with their ultimate range. You could test this out with like Marshall. I don't know if God of War will purchase this. If he does, maybe we can test this out and see whether or not that's like the difference between the damage range. But I still feel like the Sparrow would be a better option for raw DPS. This is, it feels like a support based weapon. It is kind of a support based weapon. We'll go into it a little bit further. So I'm not going to pronounce what the ultimate for this divine weapon is because I can't even. I don't want to attempt that one. At the start of battle, you gain 300 armor plates. Each armor plate effectively gives damage reduction that applies to all damage types. So that's interesting. So it is pretty effective. 35% chance to lose 30 armor points when receiving divine weapon damage. So there is a little bit of an RNG factor whether or not you actually do or don't lose armor points. Well, I mean, you start off with 300, so you're assuming that you're going to have a couple of armor points by the end of the battle. I think this is what it's trying to allude at, is that you at some point will start to lose those armor points, but it is offering a defense mechanism. Again, it's a little bit confusing because you don't really need a great deal of defense with the amount of the sheer shield crap that this game gives now. The amount of shielding that you acquire, it's almost a little bit negligible that you would even need any more defense. I don't know about you, but when you see a fight, it's like trying to get through that shield in the first round or two is absolutely a pain in the backside. So is more defense realistically going to offer any real advantage? I don't know. What is interesting though is when the armor breaks, you deal 1,000% magic damage. So this is essentially an enhanced version of reflection. This is probably where it comes into play, is that it has the guise of a defense armor, right? But it actually is doing decent damage. 1,000% damage is decent damage. Like if you go and actually have a look at like a lot of the damage percentages that the newer generation heroes are giving, it's equivalent to basically their rage ability. Damage to all enemies and reduces their damage bonus and damage reduction. So it offers a defense and a damage reduction debuff for 2 rounds, triggers purple sunlight and 1 with nature. Now these are interesting abilities that last for the entire battle. Keep this in mind. So once this procs, i.e. the ultimate ability, and conjoined or in conjunction with purple sun, it does have the potential to mess up a couple of characters. Remember though that debuffs can be removed by whales and tactics. So whales, tactics, and I'm pretty sure it's just whales, tactics, maybe weapons too. I can't remember. But I know that there are abilities to remove debuffs. For the last of the entire battle, increase all allies' damage bonus and damage reduction. So it acts, the one with nature, you get a buff. Purple sunlight is when attacked, shortens the duration of 1 debuff. So again, a buff. One with nature. This is interesting. Gains 100 hatred, 4 rage, evasion, block, a damage reduction, attack, and defense. Prevents self from receiving more than max HP damage for a single reflected damage instance. So I feel like they get really confused. I don't know what the development team really is trying to do with a lot of these new mythical weapons. I feel like they don't have a very specified role. Like, it would be a lot better if there was a weapon that was purely for support, a weapon that was purely for offensive nature. because a lot of heroes realistically don't meld that together. Heroes basically fall within the category of DPS, tank, or support, right? So the mixing of it up doesn't really help us. But in saying that, it does look like it can have a fair bit of offensive capability. It would require a little bit of testing. I'm not going to lie. It looks good on paper. It looks like it can offer some layers of debuffs and buffing, and of course the damage scaling on the percentages of the hero that's equipped to. I'm interested. I'm interested to see this. Now, of course, everything else does have like this spirit power and stuff like that, which will enhance the it'll enhance the armor. Let's just say that. And I think that's just the nature of this game is kind of they're not trying to go above mythic anymore. They're keeping like the arcane and then they're trying to meld it all together with a lot of the feats of what the mythics had. And they're not technically looking to create like a god tier class at this stage. I don't know why. It's up to them. So yeah, be aware. Be aware that this might be the time where you do spend some money because I don't see them really going above this. Oh, okay, we're not going to be able to do that. That's my opinion on it. I just I feel like they've kind of reached a limit, and Majestics and the Arcanes, yes, I don't really see them going above this for a little while because they want to expand it out. Even for an example, like if we're talking like pure offensive, like this screams to me this is an offensive weapon. So the other one mainly defensive. Again, I still feel like this is probably a better weapon. I get the impression this is a little bit of a better weapon in what it does. I just feel like this is it brings a little bit more to the table. Now, interestingly enough, old mate Gao is here, so I'd like to probably point that out that Gao will eventually appear in Arms Race. So if you're tempted or were tempted to spend some money on it, he will eventually appear in Arms Race. So don't worry or fret too much about that. A lot of these will start to appear in Arms Race, including the Sparrow, I believe, will also be in Arms Race, so that's probably where I will be building it. There's no real necessity to rush in with the weapons. I would, and I'm not going to say that the weapons are bad or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all, but if I was to scale things, I would definitely be, at this stage, Arcane Heroes, Monsters, then Weapons. So they still kind of take a back seat even though they do offer quite a little bit of a power boost. And of course, yeah, that's exactly why they want you to have it, because they want you to spend money on it, etc., etc. Now, in terms of the Breath of the East, I got one reward package, and I haven't received anything else, so I'm a little bit perplexed as to how that reward system is going on. I did link some of the codes and stuff like that out there if anyone was interested in joining. The reason I say that is because, like, if you just want to use the code, or if you want me to use a code and link up with you, I don't mind doing that. Just add it in the comment section down below. A lot of people are asking about, like, how do you redeem the code? I believe it's the same in this one. You just gift code exchange it, and it should be a redemption. Now, a lot of what I got from the event, I actually got it in my mail. Let's just go into it. I'm going to flip the screen, so I do apologize. Just bear with me. I'm going to have to hit this silence button in a second. Yep, we don't want any of that. So at this stage, it looks like I've only gotten I never got the $14.99 pack. I got the $19.99 pack, if that makes sense. So I've only got one pack so far. I still haven't got all this because there's still one that I need to I guess, accept. And invitation codes, if anyone's curious, everyone asks me, it's up the top here. Enter your friend's callback code to help them obtain a gift pack worth $4.99. So that's the invitation code that you do. And then they should just give you the gift pack. It should either be sent to you in the mail, or it should appear as a specific code here where you redeem in that redemption place that I showed you. It's all a little bit convoluted, and honestly, I feel like it's a little bit ambitious. It doesn't look like we're going to get to 3 million. I'm not going to say that it's not impossible, but Like we're halfway there to 3 million, so maybe we're gonna get there, maybe we won't. Um, Overall, if they want to give us some free stuff, absolutely go for it. But it's not gonna help a end game player, which sad. Look, it is sad. I'm not gonna say that it isn't sad. It's kind of sad. Look, it's not gonna help us. Um, yeah, we still can't go into the world match though. We can't go into the world match. Is there anything else to do? Nah, we're not even gonna have a chance of attacking that thing just yet. But that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in terms of the event. Make sure you're still doing these ones because some of the rewards are actually pretty decent now. Celebrate Festival. I am excited. We're kind of counting down. It's 4 days and 11 hours for this to appear on every server. I don't think that this is. I mean, it would be nice to unlock this and have a look in terms of a preview, but I'm pretty sure I know what's going to be in there, so we'll see. Try not to get too disappointed. Try not to get too disappointed. Oh, tis what it is. If you haven't already, make sure you check out Naruto Battle Hokage, well, Ninja Duels, Hokage Ninja Duels. I've been playing that a lot, so I'll be doing some more videos on that throughout the week. Really enjoying that gameplay. Very, very similar to a lot of the concepts of D.O.P. if you do like the Naruto universe. Big fan of that, of course. But yes, there's not really too much going on, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. We just have to wait and see what's coming next. I predict it's going to be Family Fest, followed by an arms race during the summer celebration event. Well, let me know in the comment section down below if you are going to be building the new weapon. And if you are going to be doing the new weapon, if you'd like me to showcase that on the next YouTube video, the Divine Vest, I am happy to do so. Reach out on Facebook or Discord. But until next time.